Let me ask you this: who gave Muhammad Ali the title "the greatest of all time"?
The world.
He did.
He did. Then the world said so.
Who said that Gentech is the best marketing company in Tampa?
Yeah. You guys.
Who said that we're the best podcast in the city?
We did.
We did. And we're going to claim a title, and you push it so hard. That's marketing. That's what marketing is. You push it so hard that people believe it. The world is an illusion.
Right.
People believe what they see.
Right.
People believe in titles.
Right. Welcome back to the best podcast in the city. It's your boy Jerickson.
And it's your boy AC Jr., where we setting the stage from the hosts all the way to the top to the CEOs. Let's get it.
Let's get it, man. We got our boy Amel here. Amel Kilic. Am I saying that right?
Kilic, yep.
Kilic.
Killer bitch.
I mean, hey. Tell me how the week was, Alex. Talk to me.
Hey, man. This week I was focusing on, family. So this week, family-wise, it was something that I needed to work on. How do I say this? Time management. Being 1099 and having to be at work at time and just trying to fit in the family at times.
There's no rules, man. There's no structure. You make it.
So I did a lot of focus on my family this week. As far as work-wise, one of my worst weeks for sure. But I gained a lot.
It's all good,
being with the family.
We get more.
Yeah, definitely. We definitely getting. As long as I wake up, we'll get a couple more weeks after this.
Absolutely.
How about you? Let me know.
Honestly, I just try and keep the energy and the effort up. Same as always. I went to the gym 5 days in a row, all at 5 a.m. So I'm happy about that. And that's honestly the start of my day. So as long as I do that, I feel like I'm blessed.
Yeah. I'll commend you on that too, because I feel like if Jerry was having a bad week, you couldn't tell. Like, you always come in with the same energy, keeping your team up, doing whatever you do, and you wouldn't know Jerry was going through anything. Me, I wear a chip on my shoulder type thing. So
you wear your heart in your sleeve.
Yeah, you come up to me, I'll be like,
get away from me. Hey, control what you control. Anyway, man, back to the guest here.
Yes.
Mel, talk to us, man. How was the week?
Can't complain, man. Just came from Colombia.
Yes.
That was a good time.
Yes. Talk to us about that, man. What part of Colombia?
Honestly, I was looking for some coca leaves, man. They got the coke, but they ain't got the leaves.
They don't got the leaves.
That's nothing out of Cartagena, I guess, because of the tropics over there.
I feel it.
But it was a good time, man.
I'm sure that was beautiful. That's over by the beach, right?
Yeah. There's definitely some water out there.
Yeah. That's dope.
So when you're out there, are you still like working because you have your own business? Are you still networking type deal, or is it just strictly pleasure?
I try to disconnect. Fortunately, like, I did grow the team. I have some good key players that can handle the company while I'm gone. Obviously, like, I'm the type of person that always loves working.
Right.
But you got to disconnect sometimes.
Gotcha.
It's important.
And so let's just take a quick step back. What do you do, man? Talk to us. Give us the 2-second, I say elevator pitch. Give us the elevator pitch of who you are, background.
For sure.
Good stuff.
For sure. I mean, the biggest thing that people need to realize is, like, if you've seen a company blow up using Facebook ads, that's what we do. That's our main focus. So if you're looking to really increase your bottom line, that's our main focus. So paid ads with Facebook, Google, TikTok, whatever it takes,
Incredible.
Originally came from Bosnia. Been in the States for, 22 years now.
Perfect.
With having, like, a foreign parent that wants you to finish school, right? I finished school for nursing. Did nursing for 3 years.
Medical?
Yeah.
Everybody
because it's either medical or lawyer.
Medical or lawyer.
Yeah.
We've you'll be our third guest, and they come from overseas. And they all say, my parents want me to do
something in the medical field.
I
mean, it's a secure job, right? Like, you can't complain. Like, I had a secure job. Like, the pay was fine. Like, I was living fine. But, I felt this weird thing. Whenever I went to work, I felt this pressure, like, in my chest where I felt like I was locked in.
Right.
I never had, like, anxiety. I never had, depression. Like, I don't believe in those things.
Neither do I.
Exist,
I fucking love that.
But I felt something.
I believe in that.
I'm sure it exists. Like, nothing against people that, like, actually feel it. But I was like, shit, like, this isn't for me. Like, every time I went to work, I felt like I was losing time. and I was building Gentech while I was still working because as a nurse you work 3 days a week. Literally the other 4 days I was just hustling and I was building Gentech until it came to a point where I could just focus on Gentech and quit nursing, which happened like during COVID time because COVID was like pretty rough at the hospital, and I was like, yeah, this is it. And then I transitioned full time to Gentech, and honestly, we've been helping so many businesses and so many families. Like, I'm super excited for everything else coming forward.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
So that basically, you made that transition 2019, 2020?
2020, yeah. Damn. Kind of when COVID hit.
2020.
And how long ago did you start Gentech? 2015. So you were still doing nursing and Gentech at the same time for
it's
4
weird,
years,
man. Like, because I before I even like finished nursing, I worked with my super close friend. I did sales for him. Because initially, like, I was hustling. I was selling fake Ray-Bans. I was selling fake Rolexes. I was selling like fake brands.
Yeah.
And he had a knowledge-based software company, and it was a legit company. Like, he was doing super well. And he saw me hustling. He figured out like I was good at sales. He's like, yo, come do sales for me. And this is when I transitioned from making $20, $30 per deal to making like $3K. And I've never seen money like that.
Wow.
You know, so I was like, there's something in this. Like, I need to learn how to do sales. And he really taught me. Like, half my credit, like, I still give to him.
Wow. Shout out to the guy.
Yeah, for
I'm
sure.
not gonna lie. When you said hustling, I thought you just meant like getting after it. I didn't know you were a real hustler. He was like, so
No, I mean,
when you
Rolexes.
yeah, selling the Rolexes. I think I had one of those Rolexes. I paid like $300 for a couple years ago. Like when I was in my
Hey, remember what I told you? I don't buy shit that's fake.
Yeah.
But my man over here likes
my
it.
boy was who likes it.
You say you bought a $300 Rolex.
When I was 21, yeah. I
Hey,
was
we're all there, man. We're
I
all
was
there.
flexing. We just had this conversation before. How when you're rich people buy fake shit all the time.
Yeah, shout out Ocho Cinco. He said all his jewelry's fake.
Bro, he says he literally goes to shop with his daughter at Claire's. Like when you see Ocho Cinco and he has these big ass diamonds, you're not gonna be like,
Damn, Ocho paid $500 for it.
yeah, you're not gonna be like, yo, he got
$500K on
$12
Yeah,
earrings.
that's Ocho Cinco.
You know what I mean?
Shout out
No
Ocho.
one
Yeah,
cares.
definitely. You're a hustler for real. So
I mean, I was
respect
hustling
the hustle.
bubble gum from middle school. I used to buy bubble gum for 10 cents and sell it for a quarter.
Really?
Okay, so you was a snack guy.
Yeah, I was
Definitely,
selling
yeah.
like everything.
Yeah.
So it's been in your bones.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
So, damn, that's crazy.
So when you were selling the Ray-Bans or the watches or whatever, did they know that they were not legit,
Nah.
or were you?
Nah.
You
I
was a
was-
real hustler.
I was just meeting on the street. Like, I didn't attach anything. I had like a different phone number. Like, I just met
But
them.
the people who bought it thought they were buying real
Yeah.
shit.
I mean, hey, I feel bad.
If you
like,
watching this,
like-
if you watch this right now, hey, I apologize. Your Rolex was Fugazi, my guy, but it looked good.
Yeah.
It looked good. That's fire.
Looks can be deceiving, my boy.
So coming from Bosnia, man, you know, I'm sure you came in. I don't know how old were you at the time.
I was 8.
Okay. So obviously having to learn a new language. I love that, you know, people that come from other countries have been the ones that we've been talking to because it's important to know, bro, there's no limitation on, you know, what you need to accomplish or what you can accomplish regardless of your circumstance. If you come in here with, you know, having a language barrier, that's not going to stop the person that really wants to hustle, right?
Which is hard.
Yeah.
Language is like harder than learning, like
Whatever.
an actual. You know what I mean? Like that's the worst. So there's no excuse.
Yeah, there's really no excuse. So that's huge because that shows me like you really, really concentrated on what you wanted to do.
For sure.
Do
Now
you still speak the language?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
I can hear it. I can hear it.
Yeah.
I can hear it. Now, you know, kind of just talk about what that was. Like, how did you keep that drive or, you know, the hustle alive?
I mean, like, as a foreigner, man, like, most successful people nowadays are, I don't want to say all of them. Obviously, there's a lot of Americans that, like, came from nothing and, like, scaled up. But there's a lot of foreigners that came with literally nothing. Like, I came with my mom, like, single parent. No one else came with 2 bags, like, no money.
Right.
And she was hustling. Like, I literally grew up with no one.
Right.
And I used to go to bed alone because she worked until 2 a.m. And I used to wake up at 8 a.m. and go to school alone while she was still sleeping so she can go to bed, like, go back to work.
Right.
So I was coming home, I was cooking, I was doing my own laundry pretty much from the age of 12.
Right.
Right. So you develop this like kind of fear inside your like head where like you don't want to live like that ever again.
Right.
And become dependent. Like I used to go to the grocery store and buy water because it was cheaper, even though I wanted Gatorade.
Right.
I tell this to like everyone, like, and that's still my psychology right now. I want to be able to go wherever I want and buy the Gatorade in a sense. I want to walk to the car dealership and buy that car.
Right.
I want to go to that real estate agent and say I want that house.
Right.
So that's my kind of drive. And if you listen to all these people that came from nothing, they always hustle because of the fear of going back.
Right.
Even though they're making like millions right now, you always have that fear in you. You're like, shit, I don't want to go back.
And that's crazy that you pointed out, because I feel like, and we might make it to the real, or I might get cussed out for this, but like Americans, we and I've been in this group at a certain point in my life to where we say we came from nothing, but no,
You can't-
like
yeah,
it,
yeah.
like
It's
you
not
can't
comparable.
compare what we go through to compare from what he's talking
Traveling
about.
from a
Foreign country, speaking a different language, like that is literally nothing. And there's a lot of us over here that say, "Oh, I came from nothing." No, you might have had an EBT.
Right.
Over there's no EBT, right? There's like
Yeah.
you're not,
Right.
you don't guys don't get government assistance to go get groceries.
I mean, we did when it came to the States.
The state.
Yeah,
talking
I'm
about
saying like
overseas,
where you
though.
came
No,
from.
no,
Like if you
no.
can afford to get groceries overseas, is there an EBT? You might not even know what EBT is. Because,
I get it, yeah.
Okay, is
'Cause
there
we
something
have that.
like that?
I mean, we went to
Over
Germany
there.
initially. So Germany took care of us. Because the war started in 92 when I was born. So we fled the country when I was like 6 months. And Germany accepted us. So they kind of had like really good support. And then it came to the point where unless you're super old or sick, you got to get out of their country. And then America was accepting us.
Gotcha.
That's when we came here.
So my point is, I'm more talking to myself right now. Like, I have no excuse.
Right. Hell no.
No
Hell
matter
no.
what I've been through, it's not
As
what-
bad
as
as
bad as,
the
like,
scenario that they were dealt.
Yeah,
And that's
it's just,
that-
I don't have it. I'm saying this right now on the podcast. I have no excuse.
Right. There, and that's another thing. Like what you said, I heard a lot of people, say that they came from nothing as well. Sure, like, not everybody's cards are perfect, right? But the big thing is there's always somebody that would rather the cards that you're dealt, right? You can't
Always.
sit there and preach that, your odds aren't going to be as great because, of the neighborhood you were living in or the information that you were given in. Because somebody's coming in without knowing the language. And it's right now. Like, if you're listening to this, that's right now. It's still happening. That never stops. So, you always got to keep that idea in your head. Like, I am super fortunate. I got to make it shake.
Yeah, glass half full, right? You know what I mean?
Always.
And it brings me back to that.
Can
that
you drink?
statement. Yeah, exactly.
Glass half full. You
Yeah.
can drink some.
It brings me back to the statement to where there's like when you're talking about like there's always somebody bigger and badder than you, right?
Yeah.
Like you've always heard that. So and it makes me think there's always somebody out there that's down bad worse
Right.
than you.
Hell yeah.
Always. So if that person that's down bad worse than you can make it, bro, just keep trucking. Keep trucking.
That's
How you say
that's fine.
reset?
Reset, recoil, shoot again.
Shoot again.
And so you were starting when you were in the nursing. What made you say, other than like your buddy, trying to showing you the ropes of the sales,
Yeah.
what was making you say I got to go 100% into this?
To business. So like kind of from that story where my buddy said, all right, you're really good at sales. And we like end up breaking it off. Like I wasn't doing sales for him anymore, but he was like, bro, you need to get into business. And to me, it's like telling people like, yo, you need to like build a rocket. Like, where do you even start?
Yeah, what the
Right? Like, where do you even like,
You said that and my head just went.
right?
What
And
the-
that's what
What does
people
that
think
mean?
about.
Yeah.
Like when you tell them like, start a business, like where do you start?
Right.
And the biggest thing is like, yeah, like you're not going to just start running a marathon. You need to take that first step. And how do you take it? Just start like researching a little bit and then start building on top of that.
Right.
So my girl was learning marketing at that time, like a legit like degree in marketing.
Yeah.
And I tried like 4 businesses before Gentech and they all failed. And I was like, let me try marketing, because like I realized that every single business required marketing in order to scale.
Right.
So I was like, okay, what's there to do in marketing? There's email marketing, there's Facebook ads, there's websites.
Right.
Let me watch a video on Facebook ads. And I was like, holy shit, this guy explained it super well. I feel like I can actually set it up. I called like a whole bunch of businesses. I was like, hey, I'll do your marketing for free. Let me just see if my stuff works.
Right.
And if you took me on, I saw that actually worked, and then I scaled from there.
Okay.
Right. So that's like how you actually like develop any kind of like movement. You start by taking your first steps, and then you run by actually like implementing the process.
Right. Damn.
So that's the biggest thing. Like take that first step.
No. So
That's
your first job was pro bono in marketing.
Like the first 6 months were pro bono. You know, because like luckily I didn't need money because I still worked as a nurse.
Yeah. So yeah.
Nurses make bread. Shout out Janine, my sister.
But like honestly, if you're thinking about like, because I get DMs all the time. They're like, hey, I want to become a ghostwriter. What should I do? Hey, I want to learn how to do like Facebook ads. What should I do? Honestly, speak to the circle that you have. Speak to the connections that you have. Figure out what problem they're facing. Start researching how to solve that problem. Come back to them and say, hey, let me try to fix that problem for 3 months for free. If it works, you can start paying me after that. And that's the best way to get into business.
That's wild. You know why? Because I listened to Grant Cardone, and there was when he actually like was having trouble financially. I think in California or whatever, there was a guy that was doing mattresses, and he said,
so that was the undercover like boss show that he did.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know for sure, but
yeah.
he said, yeah, let me do your mattresses, whatever, and the guy was like, okay, I'll do it for free, and he did it. But after that, he was like, okay, now moving forward, you pay me this $10K or whatever, so I can do whatever with the money. But he had to prove himself with free services.
100%.
But yeah, you got to establish your value first.
Yeah, definitely. I agree 100. And I'm glad you brought up Grant Cardone because obviously when you're talking about, you know, owning your own business, you had to have like some mentors. Right. So like, did you have mentors while you were going through this? Like, who did you look up to? Who was it? Grant Cardone? Was it?
Right.
You know, talk to us about that.
That's funny, man. Like, we talked about this earlier, where you and a lot of people will like talk shit about me because of this. I see myself as a god. Everyone's a god because it's truly what you believe in. I believe in myself, and I was my own mentor. And the reason I was my own mentor is because I was the person that was put into work, and I was going to be the person that does the research. So who are you researching? It could be a mentor, but it's not, because it could be 10 different people. So ultimately, I gained the knowledge, and I motivated myself, so I was my own mentor, in a sense. So when you have the capability of thinking that you're a god, you become unstoppable. And that's what allowed me to achieve so much. I was like, what do you mean you don't need marketing? You need me. And what do you mean you don't want to sell me a McLaren? You're going to sell me a McLaren. Like, you become unstoppable. And that's very important. Like, self-esteem is super important.
Oh, yeah. And how you present yourself. Shout out to Amel, disclaimer. Shout out to Amel, because my favorite car is a Lamborghini Huracan. And I just rode in one because my dog pulled up in it.
It was a pleasure, man.
Pulled up my favorite car. I need one of those in about 2 years. I know you have a question.
So, because I know like people will watch this and they'll ask a question. When you say that you're a god, right? You don't mean literally. You mean figuratively. Like your ability in your business. You're the top notch dude.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. I mean,
talk your shit. You know what I mean? Like, if that's what you believe, that's what you believe. But like, you believe that you're the best at what you do, type stuff.
So, what was that rapper we were just talking about?
Kanye West.
Kanye West.
Because when you said that, did you
watch that video?
Yeah.
So when people call me people call me a well, I don't know what are the terms you use.
What's a bad term? Well, we're not gonna get into that.
I'm just trying to repeat what he said.
Yeah.
Like, all those are accepted until he says, I'm a god. They're all just titles.
Yeah.
But you pre-assume that those other titles fit the personality. And you don't pre-assume that God fits the personality. Why not?
Because
you're right. He says it. He says, you call me this and it's acceptable. I could say I'm this. It's acceptable. But as soon as I say that I'm a god, now you want to check me.
Yeah.
But you wasn't trying to check me when I was saying that I was this. I understand what you're saying completely.
I don't think I ever tuned into that, but that's deep.
I know the exact interview that you were doing. I think it was on
I gotta watch that.
Sway.
I mean, it was a super short video that I watched.
Yeah, I think I think it was on Sway.
Damn.
That's true.
Now, I know, like, you have that belief, but the world isn't supposed to make you feel like you're actually that person. Yeah. I tell myself on a daily basis, I think of myself as who I am, right? Jerickson, that is able to achieve is whatever he needs to achieve. But as soon as I put my ideas out into the universe gives me people that are, no, you can't do it. No, this is impossible.
Serious.
No, what are you talking about? Sure. Right? So that is supposed to either calm you down, as in, suppress your ideas, suppress your thoughts, or you're supposed to, be able to strengthen yourself outside of that.
Let me ask you this. Who gave Muhammad Ali the title the greatest of all time?
The world.
He did.
He did. Then the world said so.
Who said that Gentech is the best marketing company in Tampa?
Yeah. You guys.
Who said that we're the best podcast in the city?
We did.
And we're going to claim a title, and you push it so hard. That's marketing. That's what marketing is. You push it so hard that people believe it. The world is an illusion.
Right.
People believe what they see.
Right.
People believe in titles.
Right.
I was watching Inventing Anna or whatever. Did you guys watch this show?
That's a great. I already know where you're going.
So exactly.
That's a fucking perfect example. Go ahead.
So Frank Sinatra, the whole process of like women fainting when they see him, he paid for women to faint, so that he built this Frank Sinatra effect, so that whenever he presents himself, people are like, holy shit, it's Frank Sinatra.
I gotta faint.
So it's marketing.
Yes, it's literally what he just said.
So everything in this world is illusion through marketing.
Like
So
you're paying people to just when you see you
to make it real.
Yeah, but sooner or later it becomes real.
Yes.
Reality.
So
oh my god,
Anna was real. Frank Sinatra is real.
Yeah.
Rick Ross is real.
Right.
They're fake names. They're not really called Rick Ross. They're not called Lil Wayne. But they put illusion of who they want to be in this world.
So the world accepts them as that person, and now they're that person.
So you're okay with you're okay with what the Anna character did?
Why not?
100%. So let me ask you this on the other side, the Simone guy.
Sure.
Did you watch
Simon.
that one? Simon. Yeah.
Simon who?
Bro, you haven't watched the Netflix?
Which one? Which one is that?
The guy from he was basically go ahead.
When he was like getting the Jets.
Tinder Swindler.
Yeah. So I heard about it. I didn't watch it.
Oh, you gotta watch it.
I'm cool with all that. Like, why live an average life? Like, if you want to play like a player, you want to play like a little like a character.
Make
like
it work.
my thing is like life is a video game.
Right.
You picked your character, and you need to fulfill the orders of that character. So just like GTA, like there's missions. You do that in life. Right. What do you want to be? You want to be an actor? All right, this is what you got to do to be an actor. You want to be like a real estate investor? This is what you got to do. You want to be a marketer? This is what you got to do. That's all it is. So, pick your character.
Right.
We're gonna make a quote. I'm gonna say this: life is like GTA.
But,
sure is.
But I'm not the one shooting guys, getting stars on
you have missions. Your missions might be a little different. If you got to go rob the bank, mine might be a little different. But life is like
what
GTA.
It is.
You got a mission, make it happen.
Now, turning back into kind of like the core of who you need to be, right? For Gentech marketing, right? You're getting Gentech marketing up and running. How is that like on a day-to-day basis? I'm a guy that sticks to a script. I say that as a person. Like, I got to stick to the script. I go to the gym. I read books. I just have to be a healthy person for myself to be productive so I can make some progress, right? Now, for you to be able to be where you're at, who did you have to be to get there?
You gotta be you.
Yeah.
I love like referencing off of people. So there's a movie called I forget what it's called, but it's Will Smith when he reenacts being a Nigerian doctor. I don't know if you guys ever watched it.
Concussion.
Yeah. So yeah, there was a scene where he said you need to create the person or the persona you want to be, and he said he's a rich white old guy, and he thinks like that rich white old guy, so that he can get everything he wants in America, right? So you pretty much, again, put an illusion of who you want to be. What kind of boss do you want to be? Right. And then you got to, like, obviously fulfill that role. So to me, I wanted to be a boss, not even a boss, a leader, obviously, that has a very functional business, a very strong team, but also personally being healthy. So fitness is huge to me.
Huge.
Sleeping is huge to me. There's a lot of like videos you watch nowadays where people are like, oh yeah, you gotta wake up at 4 a.m., hustle before everyone else like hustles. You gotta grind nonstop. You can't sleep, dude. Like you can't function that way.
I mean, honestly,
I'm glad you said that.
It is hoopla, but to a point, it just depends on your approach to things. Like if that schedule is gonna make you perform at an optimal level, then do that schedule.
Yeah,
for sure.
Right?
I think it's like personal, like whatever works for you. Once you get going.
No, for sure.
But my thing is like you wake up. Okay, cool. Say you follow that. You wake up at 4 a.m. You hustle until 10 a.m. or 12 a.m. What are you doing for the rest of the day? You're just chilling.
Oh, no.
So you only hustle what, 6 hours? I'll hustle 12 hours since I'm awake.
Right.
Even though I wake up at like 8.
Right.
So it really depends on how much
It's
time
all
you put into
relative
it.
for sure. But a person like me,
Yeah. I'm about to say go ahead because I was gonna say
No,
like,
you say it. Go ahead.
I was
You
gonna say
say
because
it
like
for
Jerry,
me.
yeah, I will because he's the guy that I commend on keeping a schedule that he will wake up early, but he'll shut his shit down early too.
For sure.
Like he'll shut your shit down at like I can't even call him after he told me after 10, but I hit him up at 9 and he's nowhere to
Don't
be.
call me.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like he'll
9 p.m.?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
he'll shut his shit down. Well, he told me 10, and I called him at 9. He doesn't fucking answer, so I'm assuming.
I know
like,
I didn't say 10 because 10 I'm literally in bed.
Okay, so what I'm saying
Same
is that
here.
he has this set schedule to where he wakes up early, but he also shuts it down early to where he can get his sleep. So even if you're waking up at 4 a.m., but you got 6,
I mean,
7, 8
I thought
hours of sleep.
I thought he was gonna say something completely different because I fucking because I wake up and I'm usually I get to the office at like 7, literally
Yeah, you get
6:57, and I leave late as fuck, super late.
But what time are you in bed?
Oh, in terms of
What time are you at home?
last night, I got to bed.
Shut it down.
10. I was in bed at 10 p.m.
Okay, so
Walk
most
through
people
it
your
to
age are not going to sleep at 10 p.m., especially with no kids.
No, I hear you.
So I'm saying you shut it down early for
Compared
your
to what,
age
though?
compared to me, for sure. Like compared to Cole, what time do you go to sleep?
Too late.
Too late.
12.
But you go to sleep at 10 o'clock. You're able to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and still function correctly. As opposed to me, if I go to sleep at 12 or 1 o'clock in the morning, I ain't fucking getting up at 5 o'clock.
I've done that too. Don't matter, man. Time is a currency.
I'm done.
Time is a currency that you will not be able to get back.
Yeah.
So I look at it that way, right? I don't care if I went to. People have seen me party. I've been at a table at whatever 2, 3 a.m. on a Sunday night. I'll wake up at 5 because I got to go to the gym. I got to go handle my business on Monday. That's my business. That's what I have to do for myself, right? For me to be able to feel like I'm performing at an optimal level. I have to pay myself first. I say that all the time to my people. Pay yourself first because everything else that you do to the world is favors.
So the thing about time, something that like a lot of people don't realize is the homeless guy like on the street and Mark Cuban had the same amount of time.
Right.
How does Mark Cuban run the Mavericks and he's got his own companies and he's investing in like a whole bunch of companies and he's managing it all? So you like a lot of people need to realize how to like leverage their time. So there's this book I read. It's called 12 Pillars of Wealth by Alex, whatever his last name is, Becker or something.
It ain't cooks.
There's this chapter where he talks about focusing on what gets you paid. Everything else doesn't matter. For example, for me, like closing a client gets me paid.
Right.
Me putting on my suit, driving to the client, making breakfast before that, generating the lead, none of that gets me paid. So all that stuff needs to be outsourced as much as possible. So generating your leads, following up with your leads, possibly even having a cook needs to be outsourced because instead of wasting 6 hours on that stuff, if you dedicated 6 hours on just closing, you're going to 10x your business just through that method. So time is not the problem. It's how do you leverage your time.
That's absolutely valid.
And I'm glad you brought it up, and I'm glad you said that. But what about the people who don't have the money to outsource that? So
I used to hire people for free, man.
But you said something about cooking just now.
Sure.
You're gonna hire somebody.
My girl
to
You got
cooks.
a girlfriend.
My girl cooked for me. My girl did my laundry.
Don't act like you don't know, bro. Don't act like you don't know. Get a girl. You want to cook? Get a girlfriend.
Oh no.
Get a girlfriend.
Okay.
Simple as that.
I guess.
You know
I'll
what
give
I'm
you that. I will give you that.
Or quick meal plans. If you got money
I
for it,
got you.
just like pay for people
Yeah,
to like
I'll
deliver
give you
food
that.
for you.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Pre-cooked.
That's actually what I did when I moved here.
Yeah, man.
I don't want to spend time cooking. I actually haven't cooked a meal at my house.
Respect.
So hey, you gotta buy time somehow, right? But I absolutely respect that method because I say that to myself all the time, right? Nobody is buying time like at a store. You can't go to Walmart. You can't go to Target or whatever to buy an extra hour in your day. But Mark Cuban and I have the same amount of time, right? But he's doing something completely different that gives him the opportunity to be able to make, 2, 4, 10, 20 million in a deal, right? I'm trying to scratch for 2, 3, 4 bands. But the difference is like what he's been able to accumulate in his time and, where I'm at. So, that's super huge. That's astronomical, honestly. Because now I know I can achieve what Mark Cuban can achieve, although he's never mind.
Everyone can, man. Who's Mark Cuban?
Yeah, right. So, again, I the huge thing for me is mindset because that is one thing that you cannot buy. You have to learn that, right? You can't be somebody that, I've seen people that have been dealt all the good cards mess it up. I've seen people that have been, given the worst of worst cards and make it. You're one of them. So, who do you have to be? What do you have to do?
Mindset wise?
Yes.
Hey, God.
We're back to it. so literally, you just got to think of yourself as invincible.
Yeah, you just got to be
I mean, not even that. Like, for example, whenever I give like people ideas of how to like position their brand or how to position their business, look at the top 3 people that are doing it and just copy them.
Right.
Just copy them. So I looked at Gary Vee, for example. I looked at a few companies locally here. I don't even want to say their name because I don't want to give them a shout out.
Right.
Because Gentech is the best marketing company in Tampa.
Absolutely.
And I would just follow their process and their systems, replicate it. Because Picasso said this. He said, good artists copy, great artists steal. So go ahead and steal the methods that are working, right? So mindset-wise, just stay focused, stay hungry, see what other people are doing and replicate it. Like, it's not that complicated.
Right.
Like, the world is simple. Everything that you want in this world is simple. We just overcomplicate it through excuses.
And I get that 100%. So I want to take a step back here because at one point you I don't know if it was on air, off there, but you said you had a couple businesses that failed before Gentech. So take us through, how you overcome those L's, because my theory now is we're not taking the L's no more. Those L's are being turned into learning. We're always learning from an L. Take us through like how you overcome those L's and make them into learning experiences and things of that nature.
So I have it real on that, and whoever's not following me on IG needs to follow me.
Where can they follow you at? Perfect.
Amel Gentech.
Perfect.
So Rocky Balboa said this, right? You gotta get back up as soon as you fall. So it's not how many times you fall down, it's how many times you get back up. And my theory is get up faster than you fell down. And you learn from these mistakes, right? So one company that I created was Remind 365, which is a platform that focuses on reminding people whenever there's a birthday, because I personally forget birthdays all the time. You put all your friends and all your clients and everyone that you know in this system, and whenever like their birthday's coming up a month before, we say, hey, so-and-so's birthday's coming up. According to their interest, this is what they like. Do you want to send them this gift? So it was super cool, right?
Shit.
Actually, I'm kind of confused how that was the L, but how old were you at this point?
I mean, it was a year before I started Gentech.
Wow.
Okay,
You
so
know, but
got you.
I didn't know business. I didn't know
Yeah.
marketing. So no clients, nothing. I built a website, built the systems, cool, but nothing happened, right? So like my L was, okay, no clients. My win was, okay, I need to figure out marketing.
Right.
So without that L, I would have never got that W and had Gentech marketing.
Right.
Right? So my thing is like, even with my salespeople, like they missed a lot of closes. Like they messed up a lot. And unless you rewatch and re-record like your like calls and re-listen to it, you need to learn where you messed up so you can improve. And that's the only way like L's actually become into like W's, by improving what you did.
Analyzing, yes.
Like you need to, like, because we're doing L's all the time,
Right.
every single day. Like on this podcast, I'm doing L's.
Right.
My like articulation, like that's always like been a thing I need to improve on, right? But then when I watch it, I'm like, all right, this is where you fucked up. This is what you need to improve
Right.
on.
Definitely. That's why I said L's is for learning.
Damn.
You know what I mean? Like we're not doing L's for losses no more. That's negative. We're turning L's to learning.
So when you took that business, because I think it's a phenomenal idea. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
If you're giving me a gift suggestion, and I'm like, yeah, sure, I got.
Did
the
you
money,
ever go
whatever.
back to it?
Yeah, that's
No,
fine.
I did.
Have you thought about going back? So I can just take it
I
over?
mean, go ahead and take it, bro. give me 1%.
I got
hear it,
you.
bro.
I got you. But so were you able to, get a mentor that told you anything, or were you just like, I need, for whatever reason, the universe is telling me marketing is what I need? Like, how did you figure it out?
So this is how you figure out business, and this is how you figure out what you're good at. Like the thing is with foreign like parents, they push you to med school or law school. They don't really sit down and see what you're good at, right? So my theory, while you're young, while you can take a lot of L's, try everything and see what you're good at. Because I feel like everyone's gifted at something. Like how did I know I was gifted at sales? I did. I started selling some Rollies. I started selling some Ray-Bans, and I started working. And I was like, okay, this is me.
Right.
I played soccer. I played basketball. I did like coding. I did like ghostwriting. I was good at it, but I wasn't great at it. So literally do everything and see what little gift you have in like a specific industry, and that's what you focus on. Like my thing, I don't know what book. Like I read like a lot of books.
Yeah.
And
you
one
mentioned
book,
like 3 of them already. So yeah.
one book that like I kind of read and like it had like a very good point. It said, ask your close friends what's something that you're really good at naturally. It can be something like super like third thing that you never thought about. But I remember my girl always telling me, you're good at consulting. You're good at like taking a look at it like a general business and helping people through it. Now, it might not just be business. I'm good at doing that with fitness, like life, everything. But that's what business is, and that's what marketing is. Looking at a business overall and obviously optimizing it to it. So I kind of took that into concept. I was like, okay, marketing is a path. Let me run it.
Yeah.
And then the way you test it is by seeing if any client is willing to pay for you.
Yeah.
And then if they are, then you really like leverage it.
Fire. That's fire.
Have you ever gotten to a situation to where, your first 6 months you were doing pro bono work and they seen that they were making money, but then you were like trying to charge and they were like, nah, we're not paying you no more?
All the pro bono people are like pro bono for a reason. It's like
So it's all
because,
planned.
like,
So it was all
it's
planned.
like
It wasn't
you're
just like
gaining
random
while they're
people.
gaining.
Yeah.
So they understand the whole trade-off.
like yeah, like maybe like because my thing is like if someone's gonna take your service for free, they're never gonna pay for your service anyways. If someone's gonna pay for your service, they're gonna pay for their service anyways.
Right.
So even if you don't know the like marketing aspect, if you're like, hey, like my service fee is $2,000, they're gonna pay you. The people that are gonna pay you, they're gonna pay you. The ones that are looking for free services, they're gonna just use it for free services.
Right.
So these people weren't ever gonna pay me anyways.
Right.
So it doesn't even matter. Like the reason I did it for free is to build up my name, build up the case studies, and next time I reach like to like a similar industry, I can say, hey, I did this for them.
Gotcha.
Now my offer is like $2,000.
So what's the like average turnaround time? Because obviously your business is successful. If somebody comes to you, they're looking at a profit in a couple months, a couple weeks,
A month,
a year.
the first month.
Oh, so the first month they're looking to do better.
Like we don't have contracts. Most marketing companies have contracts, like 3 months, 6 months.
You paid for it, no refund type stuff.
Yeah, like you're stuck with me. Like if I suck, you're stuck with me. Like
Yeah.
most marketing companies function that way, because they know that it takes 3 months to like get results, but we're instant. Like within the first month, you'll see a difference. That's why I tell people like, give us a month, make your judgment after that.
Right.
You know.
Damn.
So it doesn't take that long.
Huge. So big. Like you were, I know, like we've gotten a lot of the positives, what you had to do, you know, who you had to tell yourself you were, or who you were as a person. What were the things that you had to stay away from as a person? So you were like, you know, like this isn't worth, like whatever you're doing or whatever this activity isn't worth my time because it's going to take away from my progress. Like what were those things?
So I grew up in Jacksonville, Florida.
Okay.
Shout out to Duval, whoever's
I was about to
watching.
say,
Duval?
everybody who ever says Jacksonville, the
Duval.
only city that I know,
Duval?
I've never been to Jacksonville. I think I might have played a couple baseball games out there. Is Duval. Everybody says Jacksonville. Duval. Never
all
been
it
there.
is,
I don't
bro.
even know.
But I grew up in that surrounding, right? I had super close friends. Like I'm still friends with these people, but they had a like structure in their life that I didn't want,
Right.
and I wanted a lot
Which was?
more. Like no offense to like people that wanted like a 9-to-5 job, but it wasn't me, you know. So I just posted a reel today where business owners work 24 hours a day, so you work more, but why? Because you want the freedom.
Right.
So I separated from that because I knew I wanted more.
Right.
Because as long as you're like, we all know this, you're the average of your top 5 friends. I needed to change completely. Like I came here, I didn't know anyone. I knew my girl, so we moved in together. I started like networking. I started building up like my relationship. The great thing with Tampa is like everyone's a connection away. Like Tampa is like pretty small, so I like realized that like I need to move to a new city, focus on networking with high individuals, and then like I would level up my business and my like lifestyle
Because of the circle you're in.
naturally. Because like there's this like quick example I want to just like give out. For example, when you get like a close friend from high school, right? The favors are, hey, can you help me move? I'm moving properties. I'm gonna shoot you $20, or
Right.
I'll buy you a pizza, right?
Right.
When you level up, the favors are, hey, I need to sell my business. Who do you know, right? Or I need to move like buildings. I need your help.
Right.
So it's not $20. It's like $20K.
Right.
Everything in life is like levels. It's the same amount of work, but it's levels. Do you cut hair for $15, or do you cut hair for $100? Because I had barbers for $15. They took an hour. So did the expensive barber shop in Hyde Park that charged me $100.
Right.
So you decide who you want to like work
Be
with.
associated with.
It's levels to the shit.
Damn.
Yeah.
But it's the same amount of work. That's what people don't realize. Like
Yeah.
me driving a Honda versus driving a Lambo, I still need to drive.
Right.
But when I show up, it's a whole different level.
I mean, hey, that gas ticket might be different than a Lambo.
I get it, but when you show up, the return on
yeah, the
investment is a lot
return on
higher.
investment is a lot higher. Yeah, I got you. That Accord ain't hitting just
Yeah,
like that Huracan I was sitting in. I promise you.
That's a good a segue into my question is, talk to us about the exotic cars. I've seen you on your Instagram talk about how if you buy an exotic car, it's actually an investment because those cars are going to be worth more. Those cars getting you into different conversations that if I pulled up in the Honda or whatever, I wouldn't
sure.
have that conversation because somebody wouldn't.
No disrespect to nobody got a
No,
Honda.
I'm just saying, but business wise, it's like what he's saying
Just
is
an economic
that
car.
you're going to get that
Different
2
recognition.
minutes
Yeah, for sure, for
from
sure.
somebody who you might not get depending on what it's an investment.
How you pop out, right?
100%.
I don't think people put enough effort into their brand and like their overall like appeal. Because for the car, like example, I pull up to a hotel. I don't need to pay for parking. They want me to park in front of their hotel. They're like offering me a room for the night just to leave the car parked like in the front. While the average person is spending more.
I hope that's not true. I hope you just made
Nah,
that
100%. Like I would pull up to the
Where did
what's
this
it called?
happen?
The
Yeah, I hope
Where
you
does this
just-
happen?
The Clearwater Beach
I
Hotel,
hope you just made
Hotel
that up.
Resort, whatever it's called. So I like their bar, and I go there like almost all the time with my girl. And I pull up, and they're always asking me if I want a room. I took it once, but I don't want it all the time.
Right.
But I don't need to pay for parking. Like I don't need to pay for valet because they want the car out there,
So
Right.
you're
I
saying,
tip them anyways.
You're saying
but-
when we go out, and
like not even
so
that.
when you go out and I
aspect,
see the Lambos and stuff out front, those guys are just paying.
They're getting
for free.
special treatment.
They're paying for free, but they're charging me $30, $40
They are.
to park in the front. With a Mercedes at that point, it wasn't like a GT, but fuck.
Now you just need to level up everything. And when Lil Wayne goes to a club, he doesn't need to buy a VIP. They give him the bottles.
Because
Wow.
that's gonna create more revenue.
Exactly.
If he's in the club.
Wow.
So you got to level.
So that's
up.
what's happening with the
With
car.
cars too, like.
But you got to do
So
that
you
with
telling me
everything.
that?
So I gotta
You're
get
telling me
I
that-
gotta get the Huracans. What you telling me?
You got to level up.
I
bro.
gotta
If you want one night free stay at a
Everywhere,
hotel, yeah.
at every
Get
hotel.
the Huracan.
Or majority of hotels, you gotta get a Huracan minimum.
And that's how you go back to where everything's a fucking illusion.
Yes,
For sure.
He said
because
it.
they're selling you people that are important are
circle.
at this place, so you come hang out here. Even though we're actually asking and bribing this guy to be here
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
he has the car.
And then what did I say?
100%.
What did I say before the podcast? I said people who make more money spend less money.
100%. Like you do come to this point where you don't need to spend money, bro. Like you're chilling.
Because the world
You're
just
chilling.
Because the world's giving,
just
like,
giving you
just,
things.
just come show them
Bless.
that you use our product.
Yeah,
Show them that
blessing.
you stay here. Show them that you want to do
Same
this.
thing with social media and
it's
clout.
yeah.
Yeah.
Once you have a lot of clout, the world just gives you attention, gives you products, and blesses you with things because they need your influence to make
Yeah.
the world feel
This
like
guy,
their product
he
is worth
just
something.
said he can get a free night stay at a hotel just to park his car
In front.
of a hotel.
That's gonna be us, Crypto Cole.
It is going to be us.
That's crazy.
No doubt.
That's
In
crazy.
my mind.
So
Us.
different. So basically, with that whole, what you have to stay away from as somebody that's looking for success. Were you still going out and partying? Were you still, mingling with people that kind of weren't striving for the same goals that you were? Like, how was that going?
I mean, personally, I love going out. I love music. I'm like a big music fanatic.
Oh, hit
like,
me up! I'm out in the mix
Yeah,
all the
man.
time. They call me singer mix.
I love it.
Jerry be
guy-
outside. Jerry be outside.
Not this guy. This guy go to sleep. He said he's gonna go change and go to sleep.
Yeah,
That actually happened.
what actually happened was, I was telling him, it's like, yo, if I go home, I'm gonna go to sleep.
No.
And then he let me finish. He talked me into it, and I was like, all right, bet. And when I got home, I forgot the whole conversation and fell asleep. Like if I'm going,
you forget a
if
whole
I'm outside,
conversation?
if I'm outside and I go home, I'm not coming back out.
So that's really what it was.
I'm not coming back out. But in my mind, when I was having this conversation, I thought there was a percentage that I was going to come back out. It did not happen that way. It did.
So you were somebody that continuously just lived life. You lived it up.
I mean, I love going out, man. Like, I love like living life. But it does come to this point where like going out hurts.
Right.
Like I watched this Kevin Hart like stand-up comedy where he's like, dude, I can't go out no more. Like every time I drink, it hurts, right?
Right.
So obviously you slow down on the VIPs and stuff like that because you're throwing what, like a band every night. Like, is it really worth it?
In
Like,
Tampa- in Tampa's
sure,
a
people
band.
see you.
Yeah.
You might pull some girls, even though I got a girl. Like people want to come and like
Right.
approach you. But obviously, you can't do anything with the girls because you got a
Right,
girl.
right,
So,
right.
is it really worth it?
Right.
So at that point, to me, like sometimes I feel like going out, especially like with our podcast, like maybe I should step out more because it's an investment to get more people involved.
Only when you got the
So like
Lambo.
with you could if you go out more, you can reach out to more business owners that might need Gentech. You can reach out to.
I mean,
people
depends
who-
where your audience is, bro. Like, there's a lot of deals being made on the golf course because that's where the rich people
We're
are.
talking about. Do you golf?
I don't, but I need to get into it.
Bro.
I'll get into it with you.
Bro, I'm a golfer.
Yeah.
There it is.
I'm a golfer.
Every
fanatic.
episode, we have something new that we take on. So now I got to be a golfer.
I'm a
I gotta
golf
learn
fanatic.
too.
I love golf. I haven't golfed in a long time. I would
We'll
love
put
to
the
go
golf
golfing
clubs
with
in the-
you.
in the
and I
hook.
would love to go golfing with Jerry just to make fun of him because he's too fucking big to golf, but he thinks that he could do it. So let's make it happen.
I mean,
You're too big to swing a fucking club.
I'm not good at it either, so
Yeah.
All right,
it's all
bet.
good.
So
I'll have
now-
my own cart.
so
You two
now-
go in
all
your
right, look,
your
so
own cart.
now we gonna go in the lamb.
We're gonna drive around the golf course and land.
Yeah. No, the bag going in the hood. The hood gonna be open. We just driving the land, heads out the door.
That's why we got 2 cars, bro. This is funny. We got a Range Rover because me and Christian make this joke because the Lamb obviously pull the girls, but it's only me and him and the Lamb, so we can't put any girls in the back. So we got this Range Rover where like we stuff all the girls and then we get them to like our destination.
Hey, don't get in trouble.
Yeah,
Don't
right.
get social rehab is not responsible for what he just said. The girls can't get mad at us.
Nah, my girl is cool, so she doesn't even care.
Perfect.
Now,
how'd you meet her?
So, the Bosnian community is always like tight.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you know another Bosnian, it's like, oh shit, like I know so and so.
Right.
So she moved down here from Vermont, and my aunt lives here. So her mom met my aunt, and then my aunt's like obviously selling me. She was like, hey, I have this like great like guy, like you guys might be like a good fit. So she actually reached out to me on Facebook, and then we kind of kicked it off of there.
Fire.
And what year was that? Because
It's been a while, man. It's been like 7 years.
Yeah, okay.
It's been 6 years.
So what's the one?
I mean, let's see. Because my biggest thing is like I hate stress, bro. Like I hate stress, and she doesn't stress me out. Like I had girls that like stressed me out, man. Like I would go out and they'd be like, "Where are you? How come you're not home?
Right.
Why did you post this story like 2 hours ago? I thought you were here 2 hours ago." I'm like, dude, are you really like
analyzing my
everything?
analyzing my everything?
Oh, they clocking you for sure. They clock. If you do anything that's timestamped, you're getting clocked.
I just can't do that, bro. I'm not that type of person.
So
like, you don't need to be the baddest girl. You don't need to be like the most like rich girl. I'm not saying my girl isn't. Like she's like amazing. But it's like, dude, just let me be.
Right. So that plays a role into your lifestyle.
Definitely.
The girl that you have basically as your companion right now is someone that is compatible and the chemistry is good.
She gets
100%.
She understands you and
so that's
what your
important.
goals are.
Very important.
And it's hard. We've talked about this before. Like, it's one thing for a girl to say, "I want an entrepreneur," and then
my girl met me when I was a nurse, man.
Yeah,
she met me like when I was just no one, bro.
Really
stressing.
Really,
I had like
that's the ones you gotta keep though. The ones that were there from day one to where
so what
they don't see the Lambo and go crazy.
I mean, in regards to like what, like kind of starting up with her.
Yeah.
Like, man, I grew up in an abusive relationship, like with my parents. Mm-hmm. So I saw the worst of the worst. I never got the guidance of what a person, like a husband, should like function as, or boyfriend.
Right.
So I get ticked off fast, man. Like I had to learn how to like just relax and like just chill out.
How'd you do that? I
realized that. So until we broke up for like small period, right? So we went through this hustle.
When you were talking, your time frame didn't make sense at first. I was like, wait, he's saying what he's saying, but this.
We broke up for like almost a year, and that's where I really conducted a lot of self-reflection.
Right.
Like I realized that nothing is important in this world. One biggest thing that a lot of people like don't realize in relationships is that the other person does not owe you shit.
Right.
They don't need to cook for you. They don't need to clean for you.
Right.
They don't need to look a certain type of way for you. They're there to be there.
Right.
And you're there to be there.
Right.
And as long as there's no expectations, you'll be happy in life. So the biggest like fights come from expectations. Like I want you to go to the gym. Like I'm not cool with like the way you look.
Right.
I want you to cook for me. I'm not like cool with the way like you cook, right? If you're just happy with the person being there, like don't worry about like anything else. I do me, she does her, we just meet together and we're chilling.
Perfect.
Right? So that's the biggest advice I have to like anyone. There's this book I read. It's called How to Fight Less and Love More. Very recommended.
I'm gonna read that one, but I need help.
I think everyone should read that.
Yeah, what is it? It's about relationships.
Like relationships are fucking hard, bro. Like,
what is it called? What is it called again?
Fight less, love more, something like that.
Less,
like
love more.
It should come
yeah,
up.
Well, I'm gonna text you about that because honestly, like I'm starting to realize myself as I'm getting older. I mean, I haven't been in a serious relationship. There's been people in my life, but I haven't had a serious relationship in a long time. But it's weird to realize like you have things that are wrong with you. Not wrong, but there are things that you're doing that
100%.
aren't productive for bringing somebody else into your life. And I never thought of it that way.
Yeah.
But lately, I've been having to realize, damn, there are things that I should be doing better if I want to have somebody to be a companion in my life.
100%.
100%. Because
like-
you don't even get to get that opportunity until you're with somebody who you want to be with
exactly.
to understand that.
To understand, yes, exactly.
I might be doing this wrong when it comes to this.
Like
situation.
I box. I started boxing like a couple months ago.
Yeah.
My trainer's a girl, and what? She'll
whoop your ass.
She'll light you up. She'll light you up.
I do not.
You'll be
disagree.
bubbled up, boy.
I don't disagree with that.
Perfect.
I wouldn't see
real
you.
Quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, like, there was something that I was like doing. I think I was wrapping my hands. She's like, "Do you need help?" And I was like, "No." Like, and I just started like walking away from her. And then she brought it up. She's like, "Why?" She's like, "Is it hard for you to ask for help?"
Yeah, Jerry don't need help for nothing.
I thought about it and I was like, damn, like that is something I never realized because
Yeah.
I never want anybody to help me because I've always had to do shit by myself.
That's
Yeah.
you. That's
I feel
you.
you.
100%.
And it's hard for me to let somebody have a role into my accomplishments for whatever reason. I don't know what it comes from. I don't know why it is that way, but little things like that made me realize that, and I'm like, has that affected?
Yeah.
You know,
a lot of
Yeah.
people that you've been in contact with to where you've kind of been like,
Get away from me! I don't need your help.
yeah.
Like,
And
just sit
I
there.
want to meet your trainer so I could be like, I know exactly what you meant when you said this.
God,
I know
damn.
exactly what you
That's
meant.
crazy. Well,
This was an informative podcast,
This was it.
and
this is what it's here for.
we want to thank you for coming on.
Amel.
Pleasure,
Like
man.
Amel, you're
Pleasure.
definitely
You're the guy, man.
like Gentech. I'm in full support. I feel like if we would be dumb not to use them.
Right, absolutely.
Going forward,
it's
as
gonna
far
be
as marketing?
it's gonna be social rehab / Jerickson because I do insurance. Social rehab, Jerickson. I'm sure Alex is gonna use their services.
I'm definitely going to use them.
Times Gentech, man. We gonna do it.
And they're local. You know, it's local supporting locals.
Absolutely.
That's what social rehab TPA is all about.
We're
Tampa
turning up the
support.
whole city of Tampa.
Like we
Where do
want-
they find you, bro?
Yeah.
So
Maybe
my-
spell out the
Got you. So my G, Amel Kilic, AmelKilic.
Right.
Gentech Marketing, GENTECH Marketing.com.
Perfect.
There's something we're building up right now with the insurance world. MedPlus is coming. MedPlus Insurance, MedPlus Leads. Whoever's in the medical space and the insurance space, we look forward to working with you guys.
Yeah, man.
But honestly, just follow us on our YouTube as well. And we try to provide as much value as we can. Honestly,
That's
like
all- I mean-
every business can like hit their goals. Just really use the resources that are out there.
For sure. And you know who it is, man. It's your boy Jerickson.
It's your boy AC Junior.
Like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff.
Absolutely.
You know where to find us, man.
We're coming back next week. Make sure you tune in.
I'll see you back at rehab.
Let's get it.
Salute.